As a model student, no one dared come within 3 meters of you. Even the school bully was so frightened by your appearance that he lost control of his bodily functions. Local thugs around the school also respectfully called you Big Bro. Upon crossing into a parallel world, you awakened the unparalleled beauty system. Just then, a woman's voice came from outside the room, urging, "Bing Bing, are you ready yet? The car will be here any moment, and you can't be late on your first day of school." You instinctively replied, "Coming." Suddenly, a flood of memories poured into your mind. The original owner of this body was a provincial model student who had just completed the transfer paperwork. A mechanical voice echoed in your head, "Congratulations, host, for binding the system. The beginner's gift pack has been activated. You've obtained unparalleled beauty and a main quest, integrate with your new school's students and teachers." Hearing the words unparalleled beauty, you quickly walked to the bathroom mirror and examined yourself closely. Instantly, a look of immense satisfaction appeared on your face. The reflection showed a face just as handsome as in your previous life, but the aura had transformed drastically. That kind of roguish charm was reminiscent of a reincarnated Edison Chen. As you admired your striking features and got lost in thought, your family's fat orange cat peeked cautiously from the doorway. When it caught a glimpse of your reflection in the mirror, it yelped, "Meow," and froze in fear. Looking at the trembling cat at the door, you couldn't help but tease, "Greedy little thing, still hungry after breakfast." Without dwelling on it, you focused on the most pressing matter: getting to school on time. Hearing your footsteps, your mom gave her usual reminders, "See, there's still time. The car's booked for 7 o'clock, so you have enough time for breakfast. Don't be late for your first day at the new school." She called for a car and added, "You can take the bus home after school." As she brought pickled vegetables to the table, she glanced up at you and froze, her expression shifting to shock as if a stranger or even a criminal had entered the house. "Mom, what's wrong?" you asked, confused. She finally snapped out of it. "Nothing, it's just. How did you turn into a walking Medal of Honor overnight?" she muttered before advising, "Wear a mask when you go out." "Why?" you asked, scratching your head. "To avoid being arrested and missing school," she said cryptically before adding, "The air pollution's been bad lately. A mask is good for you." "Got it," you replied, sitting down to eat your congee and pickles. Just then, a car horn blared outside. Your mom hurried to the door, annoyed. "It's only 6:40. Why are you here already? Didn't we agree on 7 o'clock? Living on the ground floor, your mom stepped outside and glared at the cab parked out front. She scolded the driver, "Why the rush, making a racket this early in the morning?" The driver ignored her and shot back, "Are you leaving or not? If not, I'll take someone else. Time is money." Your mom, visibly upset, held back her anger for your sake. "Fine, give us a minute. My son's still finishing breakfast." The driver, emboldened, added, "I'll wait, but I'm running the meter." Your mom frowned. "You came early, so why charge us extra?" The driver smirked. "No one goes to your destination often. I'm taking a loss running an empty car back. Who told you to live in this dump?" She glanced at the time and sighed. "Fine, just wait." Returning inside, she urged you, "Hurry up. The car's already waiting." In this parallel world, service rules were poorly enforced, and the complaint system was practically useless. This had made drivers like him increasingly arrogant. "Heh, the more anxious you are, the slower I'll go." The taxi driver glanced at Leroy and pressed a button hidden in his pocket. Each press made the meter jump, and soon it climbed from 0 to 10 yuan. Feeling it was enough, the driver pulled out his phone, held the voice key, and boasted in his chat group, "Caught a young lamb today. Gonna milk this one for all it's worth." These students are all cowards. No matter how much you fleece them, they'll still pay up. As soon as the message was sent, the group chat exploded with activity. "Damn, old Wang strikes gold again. So jealous. Why don't I ever get these lucky breaks? I'm at the airport, just ripped off a few college kids. The funniest part, they even thanked me for it. College students are nothing. Out-of-towners are the real cash cows. Take them on a few loops, and they don't even realize it. Inside the house, Leroy stormed in angrily and urged you, hurry up. The car's waiting outside. You had no choice but to wolf down your breakfast, grab your bag, and rush out with your mother. Outside, the driver had already taken off his shoes, put on an eye mask, and was reclining in the passenger seat, looking as if he owned the world. You couldn't help but find it amusing. Make sure to get along with your classmates at the new school, your mother fussed as she gave you some last-minute advice. I also put some extra pocket money in your bag. If you need anything, just buy it yourself. And don't forget to wear a mask at school. I don't want you to get bullied. You were bewildered. A mask? Is it because I'm too handsome, and she's worried others will get jealous? You decided she might have a point. By this time, the driver had woken up, removed his eye mask, and impatiently snapped, "Hey, are we leaving or not?" Yes, we're leaving." Leroy quickly ushered you into the car, while the driver muttered under his breath, dragging this out like a tragic farewell for a school drop-off. What a waste of time. You felt annoyed but decided to let it slide. With 1.4 billion people in this country, running into an idiot now and then is inevitable. Why bother arguing? After the car had been driving for a while, you leaned back and closed your eyes to rest. Soon, though, something felt off. What should be been a 30-minute ride had stretched into over an hour. Opening your eyes, you noticed the scenery becoming increasingly desolate. The city seemed far behind. "Hey, what the hell?" you asked, annoyed. "What's your deal, man?" The driver glanced at you through the rearview mirror, sneering. "What's the rush, kid? The main road's under construction. We have to take a detour." You frowned. "I came this way yesterday. There wasn't any construction." That struck a nerve. The driver slammed the brakes, turned around, and smirked. "If I say there's construction, then there's construction. Got it?" But when he got a good look at your face, his expression froze. His mouth opened as if to curse, but no sound came out. Sweat dripped down his forehead like raindrops. He looked as if he'd seen a ghost. "Driver, this road is awfully deserted," you said with a cold smile. "You're not planning anything shady, are you?" The driver's hands trembled as he unbuckled his seat belt. Without a word, he suddenly bolted from the car, trying to escape. You quickly opened the door and chased after him. "Hey! You think you can just dump me in the middle of nowhere? How am I supposed to get to school?" The driver, running for his life, finally collapsed to the ground and began to grovel. "Please spare me, sir. I've got a family to feed." It was just a moment of greed. "I swear I won't do it again." You scratched your head in confusion. "Wait, hold up. Aren't you the one scamming me? How did I suddenly become the bad guy here?" The driver, still kneeling, wailed, "With your aura, sir, you look like you belong in the underworld." "I'm doomed." In your mind, you cursed silently, "This driver might really be mentally unstable. I need to get away as soon as possible." Xiongnan Second High School, Class 3 to 5 Homeroom Office. Zhang Xiaolan, the homeroom teacher of Class 3 to 5, glared coldly at the three slouching students before her. In a stern tone, she said, "A transfer student is joining our class today. I'm warning you, don't think about bullying him just because he is a good student in the teacher's eyes." One of the students, whose school uniform was covered in graffiti, smirked and replied lazily, "Miss Zhang, why are you telling us this? If he doesn't bother us, we wouldn't waste our time bullying him." Zhang Xiaolan maintained her serious expression and continued, "He is a provincial exemplary student, and the principal thinks highly of him. Nothing can go wrong. I'm giving you a heads up now." Another student chimed in nonchalantly, "Miss Zhang, that's not fair. You're making it sound like we're not good students." The third student added with a grin, "Exactly. Don't worry, we won't bully him. In fact, we'll take good care of him." The three of them joked around casually, seemingly unbothered. Zhang Xiaolan sighed helplessly. These three were infamous troublemakers in the class, constantly giving her headaches. At only 25 years old and fresh out of college, Zhang lacked both authority and experience, often finding it hard to manage them. She feigned severity and said, Fine. I hope you mean what you say and don't cause any trouble. The leader of the group grinned mischievously. By the way, Miss John, what's the new guy's name? Jean Ben. The Ben as in courteous. Hearing the name, the three burst into laughter. Ha ha ha. No wonder he's a model student. Even his name sounds so polite, must be a total nerd. Watching their smug expressions, Zhang Xiaolan's face darkened further. She slapped the desk and warned them, "You'd better not make trouble for me. If you do, I'll suggest to the principal that you be expelled." Just as she finished speaking, another teacher called from outside the office, "Miss Zhang, what about the morning lesson plan?" "Got it, I'm coming." Zhang Xiaolan grabbed a book from her desk and, before leaving, repeated her warning, "One last time, don't stir up trouble." "Don't worry, Miss Zhang." The three replied with innocent faces. But the moment she walked out the door, their expressions changed completely. The three exchanged glances, their faces lighting up with excitement. The leader chuckled maliciously, "Of course, we'll take good care of our new classmate." At the gate of Xiongnan Second High School. Carrying your backpack and wearing a face mask, you arrived at the school gate, panting from exhaustion. Thinking about your earlier ordeal, you sighed helplessly, "What a day." Recalling the scene from before, you couldn't help but feel speechless. When you got out of the car, the driver suddenly knelt down and started kowtowing, which gave you a fright. You tried to help him up, but he flinched, rolled his eyes, and passed out. Left with no other choice, you dragged him back into the car, made sure he was just unconscious, and walked for several hours before finally reaching the school. "Maybe he fainted from my overwhelming good looks," you joked to yourself, shaking your head. To avoid unnecessary trouble, you reluctantly kept your face mask on despite the heat. As you approached the gate, the security guard stopped you. "Hold it. Who are you? Are you a student here?" You explained patiently, "I'm a transfer student. This is my old school uniform. I haven't gotten the new one yet since today is my first day." The guard pointed to a face recognition machine nearby. "You need to scan your face to enter." You paused, confused. "I just transferred and haven't registered my face yet." The guard frowned and pressed further, "Then how do you prove you're a student here?" Left with no choice, you pulled a small red booklet from your backpack. "This is my admission letter." "Stop, stop." The guard interrupted. "Don't bother showing me that. This thing proves nothing." You were speechless. "Could you at least contact the principal for me?" The guard looked at you with disdain. "The principal doesn't have time to deal with someone like you. Get out of the way and stop blocking the gate." Just as you were at a loss for what to do, a middle-aged man in a teacher's uniform approached. He glanced at you and asked, "Are you the new transfer student?" You nodded. "Yes, that's me. I'm the grade director." "Follow me," the man said flatly. The security guard quickly changed his tone, smiling obsequiously. "Director, this student wasn't clear earlier, so I thought." The director waved him off, ignoring his explanation, and led you into the school. As you followed him, you muttered silently to yourself, "This school. From the driver to the guard, they're all weirdos. This." The security guard acted like a dead pig that was not afraid of boiling water. "I can't read." You were so angry that you left. "Then what should we do?" The security guard pointed his chin at the supermarket across the street. "Go buy me a pack of cigarettes. I'll let you in when I feel better." You couldn't afford it, where would a student like me get the money? The security guard tilted his neck and said, "I don't care. I'm just following the rules. Anyway, you won't be allowed in without face scanning." You were a little speechless. "Then I have to go in to enter the system." But the security guard didn't give in at all. "You have to enter the system. I can only let you in." The corner of your mouth twitched. "Damn, this idiot. I don't know if he is really stupid or just pretending to be stupid. There is no other way. You can only try your best. Take off your mask and walk to the facial scanner to enter the test." The security guard smiled smugly at the side. "Hee hee, kid, I won't let you in without showing your face." "Oh, There is no other way. People under the eaves have to bow their heads. You turned around and wanted to buy cigarettes. At this time, the security guard who had a smug smile on his face just now stopped abruptly. It was as if he was held tightly by a pair of invisible big hands. The moment his neck saw your face, his face was full of fear, and his body unconsciously took a step back. The pupils are a little bigger. I said the rules of your school are almost as strict as those of banks and hospitals. Your expression is getting colder and colder. Your eyes are slightly narrowed. How many turtles can train so many of you? The rooftop security guard immediately swallowed his saliva. He began to tremble all over. Damn, did I not check the almanac before going out? What kind of person did I stop? Is this a high school student? Tell me whose high school student looks like this. Big brother, please. Please come in. The security guard's legs are shaking like a sieve. The golden holes on his face are about to overflow. Confused, but the system doesn't have me. The security guard reached out and grabbed the small door. Then he opened the door. The system might be broken. Otherwise, how could there be no big brother? Don't you want a cigarette? I have cigarettes here. The security guard quickly took out a Xianhemen from his pocket and handed it to you. Big brother smokes. You didn't look at him. He turned sideways and walked into the school. A student smoking at the door. Isn't that stupid? Besides, I'm a good student. Study hard, make progress every day. After these 2 accidents, you discovered a secret. That is, as long as you take off your mask, the world seems to become a simple difficulty. But you still put on your mask hood. Walk quickly towards the campus. It is more important to complete the system task first. You follow the signs. Looking for the class location of Class 5, Grade 3. On the other side, in Class 5, Grade 3. Since it is noon, the students all crowded into the cafeteria to eat. The class is very empty. Only 4 people are sitting. The journey of the 3 school bullies and the good guy in the class. The school bully leader Li Xiang covered his stomach and cursed. This Jin Binbin. What time is it? Is he coming to report to school? Qiangzi said angrily. Who said it wasn't? The 3 of us waited for him. It's noon. Others have gone to eat. I'm still hungry. Skinny Monkey suggested let's go eat. Why do you think that if you go to the cafeteria to eat at this time, the food will definitely not be enough? Qiangzi couldn't help but complain. Let's go to the supermarket to buy some bread and ham sausage to fill your stomach. Li wanted to get up and walk out the door. He straightened his body and walked in front of Lu Chang. He warned me, don't talk nonsense if there is nothing wrong. If the newcomer knows, he pointed his finger at Lu Chang's nose, but you will be in trouble. Lu Chang was originally honest. Due to some reasons, he didn't go to eat today. But who would have thought that he would be involved in such a terrible thing? He was panicked for a while. Kindness and timidity began to form in his heart. There was a constant battle in the middle. At this time, you just fell asleep. You climbed upstairs and took a look at the class number plate. Then you pushed the door and walked in. But you found that the class was empty. There was only one person lying on the seat for lunch. Hello, is this the 5th class of the 3rd grade? Yes, it is the 5th class. Lu Chang raised his head and asked in confusion. Which class are you from? Why haven't I seen you before, and your school uniform is not right? Lu Chang thought for a moment and was surprised. Are you the transfer student who is coming? Yes, you are puzzled. Am I so famous? Lu Chang murmured. Kongming is a bad thing. It is said that people are afraid of pearls and are afraid of being strong. Today I am considered. I have seen it. The ancients are not deceiving me. You hesitated. What are you mumbling about? Nothing. Yuchen covered his mouth hastily, recalling the threat made by the school bully before he left. He did not dare to say anything more. So you asked again. Are there any empty seats in the class? Yes, there is. Yuchen pointed to the seat next to you. That person asked for sick leave. You sit down first. Thank you. You sat down and opened your school bag. It contained hamburgers. You knew you would not be able to make it in time for lunch. So you reluctantly bought them at the KFC on the roadside. As soon as you opened the package, you opened your mouth and took a big bite. The fatigue of the day and tired. In the stimulation of this bite. The smoke that disappeared. Yuchin saw this scene. The glutton was almost aroused. Stomach gurgled non-stop. After a while, your hungry stomach was filled up. You couldn't eat anymore. You looked at the hamburger left in your school bag. So you took out the hamburger and put it on the table of Chinglu. Eat it, I can't eat it anymore. You guys will have the advantage today. Chinglu was stunned instantly. He looked at the hamburger with desire. Isn't this bad? What's wrong with it? You don't care. Deadu buddy. Chinglu looked at the hamburger on the table. He blamed himself even more. The horse family was so angry about themselves. How good is it you just watched others being bullied? Is this still a human being? Yu Cheng made up his mind. Let him die. Who is afraid of whom, I tell you? You have to go find teacher John quickly. 3 famous hooligans in the class have set their sights on you. They want to teach you a lesson. Yu Cheng looked out the door with his eyes slyly. Afraid someone would come in. Tell teacher Zhang now. There is still a chance to be saved. You were confused. Who are these people? Why did the school bully beat me? Because you are new here. Lu Cheng said anxiously. Does the school bully need an excuse to bully people? They are just a group of beasts who build their happiness on the pain of others. Say your eyes gradually turned cold. When students are bullied, there will always be idiots who say that flies don't bite seamless surfaces. But flies land there for no reason. If you don't like it, if you study too well, look too handsome, have too big breasts, or even are too beautiful, you will become the target of bullying. You narrowed your eyes. If you want to bully me, you may have found the wrong person. You have become different after getting the system. I guess you have unlocked an ability similar to the domineering color. The gods and ghosts retreat. Only by being a good student can you get rewards. The task issued by the system is to get along with classmates and teachers. But then I thought, this is not my own initiative to cause trouble. Besides, how to fight? It's not a fight. But for the sake of safety, you need to do a small experiment. Thinking in your heart, you took off your mask and slowly came to the front of the journey who was eating a hamburger with his head down. Boy, is the hamburger delicious? It's delicious. Who are you? The journey subconsciously raised his head. When he saw your face clearly, he immediately broke out in a cold sweat. It hurt instantly. The chewing action stopped. Is this the provincial 3 good student? It's no exaggeration to say that even if you say you are an extraordinary journey, I believe it 10,000 times. But big brother, spare my life. Yuchin put down the hamburger tremblingly. I can pay you any amount for the burger. Please don't kill me. You put on your mask again. Sure enough, these people are afraid of their own faces. But this is actually quite sad. It's okay if a man is afraid of himself. But if a woman is also afraid of herself, then I will be a single dog for the rest of my life. I don't want your money or your life. On the contrary, if you tell me the information, I will thank you. You pushed the burger in front of him. Eat it or not, I will be unhappy. I will eat it. Don't be unhappy, brother. Yuchin picked up the burger and said carefully. Brother, are you called Qin Binbin? You said it casually. It's me. Yuchin, sit back in your seat and wait. You want to see how these rude and unreasonable school bullies bully you. At the same time, there was an undisguised noise in the corridor. It can be said that my mother always talks about life. Yuchin's face suddenly showed a horrified expression. They are back. Outside the corridor of Class 5, Grade 3, Xiongnan Second High School. Today, the eldest brother is really generous. He usually smokes huangguashu. Today, he actually handed over 2 Taschen. Qiangzi's face was intoxicated. He seemed to be savoring the taste of Taschen. Don't be happy yet. The cigarette is not smoked in vain. The eldest brother went to do something. The teacher transferred to another school. The task of observing the rules in life falls on us. Xiao Ho is a little worried. What's there to be afraid of? Qiangzi said indifferently. I have seen many people who are good at studying like this. They are all very cowardly. It's not said that they will be cured in 2 days. In your opinion, will this kid Lu Cheng lose his life as a military advisor, Xiao Ho has a golden eye doctor? It's hard to say. Don't look at this kid as a coward. But he likes to meddle in other people's business. Kiangzi sneered. But if I know about it, if he dares to tell the secret, I won't beat him today. 10,000 peach blossoms are blooming. He really doesn't know why the flowers are so red. Wait a minute. The skinny monkey suddenly pointed his finger at his mouth lip. Go through the back door and see. Did you come through the back door? Kiangzi subconsciously glanced at Xiao Erhao's buttocks. The corner of his mouth twitched. What are you looking at? I mean the back door of the class. Hiss, misunderstanding, misunderstanding. I'm used to it. Or you have brains. Hee hee. I'm not a military advisor for nothing. The two of them so sneaked to the back door of the class. Looked inside. In addition to seeing Chingliu, they also saw a person wearing a school uniform from another school. Xiao Erhao whispered that it was him. I'll teach him a lesson. Kiangzi heard this and rolled up his sleeves and was about to do it. Wait, this is not exciting enough. Xiao Erhao screamed. Let's do this.